Now you said you had you had talked to the officer
Yeah, yeah.
beforehand, so
The
or after all this happened.
yeah, after it all happened, I had a meeting with LMPD police chief and his staff and some of the investigators involved. Just what I thought would be some kind of closure.
Right.
Trying to get a little
Was
bit
it?
more. Not really. It kind of brought up some stuff. I didn't want to know all the details.
Oh man.
Like how many times he was shot or this and that, whatever. Of course, they got to do their due diligence. You got police shooting. They're
Right.
going to investigate thoroughly. They're looking
Right.
at text messages. They're looking at the police officer's history.
Right.
His past conduct, this and that.
Right.
I mean, they got to cover all the bases.
Every single
Which I totally understand.
Right.
But I was come to find out, and I asked for the police officers to be in that meeting too. Just to tell them face to face.
Right.
How I feel. But that being, I guess, a sensitive subject, they wouldn't allow the officers there. Well, come to find out, one of them had transferred from LMPD to another town.
Right.
The same town I lived in East Louisville.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was like, man, small world. What are the chances? So I remember I'm pulling into my little apartment complex I lived in at the time. There's
God works in mysterious ways.
absolutely,
I'm just saying.
absolutely, and I totally agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Because there was some kind of incident that happened in my apartment complex. A couple cops were there, and I pull up, and one of the cops is sitting in his car. He's like, "Hey, do you know officer?" I'm not gonna say his name. Just for his.
You ain't got to.
I said, "Hey, do you know officer so and so?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Could you give him a message for me?" Like, yeah. It's like, but you can tell him for yourself. He's just right around the corner. I'm like, oh shit.
Ain't that crazy?
I was like, it's better time than ever.
Right.
So I walked up to him. He automatically knew who I was.
Automatically. I bet he was like, oh.
He's probably like, oh, where's this gonna go? It's gonna either go good or bad.
Right.
Like, man, like this is the guy I shot his son.
Right.
This is not gonna be good.
And this is the officer that actually did it.
That was actually,
oh my gosh.
Actually involved in it. I walked up to him. I said, hello, officer so-and-so.
Yeah.
I said, name's Steve. My son's Tyler. Shook his hand. I looked him dead in his eyes. I said, I don't hold any kind of animosity towards you, but I tell you, I would have done the exact same thing if I was in your shoes.
Yeah.
I said, you did nothing wrong.
Right. And how long ago was this?
This probably like 6-7 months later, the day I found out.